Alrighty, here we are with another Gran Turismo video. Today's car was suggested by Discontinuer3128, the name on the description. This came from my YouTube comments. And it is the HPA Stage 2 R32. This comes in only one color. You get this from HPA Motorsports dealership in the, not dealership, tuner village, geez. And it costs like 31,000 credits. So since it's a tuner village car, it's going to become pre-tuned a little bit. But hey, that'll be for later. For now, let's just buy this dang thing. As a tuner village car, this thing actually comes somewhat pre-tuned. And you can see with some of the sports stuff, soft stuff, and whatnot. Semi-racing. Here's its... What kind of an engine curve is that? I've never seen anything quite like it. I don't know how I'll tune that later, but you know, that's something future me will have to deal with. But otherwise, yeah, nothing actually that special, but I will show this, since I already started here. Okay, y'all know the deal. 3, 2, 1 into max speed, where I'll fast forward the video. Yep, Okay, so it says 178.8 miles per hour. Now you can't be able to tell this because I'm going to speed up the footage so much, but when this thing hits 179 on my speedometer, it slows way the hell down to like 170 miles per hour. So that can be improved upon when we upgrade the dang thing, but you know, on to acceleration. Oh no, acceleration. Oh boy, I bet this will only take like 10 seconds or something, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, while the game's loading Trial Mountain for me to actually have like a slight sense of fun on, the game, well not the game, my USB disconnected. So you know, I'm pretty mad because I have to do all this footage again. And what I was saying is that this car is the fastest the car's ever accelerated, I think, on this channel stock. And that's because it has 522 horsepower, but it also doesn't weigh like an entire ton. Also, because I already recorded this, the weakness of this car is traction. You have to slow down a lot to make this car not explode when you turn. You have to be very gentle with it because it has somewhat sensitive handling. You know, it's stuff like this that really, really irks me, you know. It makes it so like, it's like, why even bother pressing the record button if it's not going to work, you know? Oh well. Honestly, I drove that lap so decently for 1 minute and 41 seconds that I'm just going to cut it there. I don't need a second lap because honestly, that's like really good. I'm probably going to screw up the second one anyways. Alright, I'm going to speed through this. The car itself costs 31,870 credits because I already did all this upgrading. So, you know, yeah. I'm just going to fast forward through all of this until something interesting happens. Okay, now the part that people probably mainly care about. 522 horsepower to 533 horsepower with this racing exhaust. And there's nothing you can get from engine, which is really odd to me. You can literally only get a Turbo Stage Kit 4, which gets to you 592 horsepower. Which is honestly kind of sad for 80,000 credits. Like, dang, bro. Could you imagine spending so much credits on that, and then you still just get like, just not even 600? But you know, we're about to get to 600 anyways, but it's fine. So let's go get ourselves a wing for some downforce. This gives us downforce tuning. It's broken. It's awesome. It helps the car a lot. You know, and this will give us extra horsepower for, you know, 200 kilometers, 160 miles, however you want to call it. I'll speed this up for you. You know, it just be like that sometimes in life, you know, where it just, nothing works, you know, and things don't work. Life gives you lemons. They say to make lemonade, but sometimes you just want to explode instead. But you know, it's over now. You can just focus on this. So the normal car completely stock R32, has 522 horsepower, weighs 1,485 kilos, will be translated into, what's it called, pounds, and has 4-wheel drive. And then in comparison to the fully upgraded car, it has 622 horsepower and weighs 1,306 kilograms. And maybe the stats screen, when I press pause on a menu, will actually show it differently because this game has weird statistics issues. As for power to weight ratio, the default one has 2.804, and the upgrade version has 2.071. The lower you have it, the better. Now I'm gonna go upgrade this car because, you know, yeah. Okay, if OBS would, not OBS, if my USB decides to work, this is the build. This is the first car in Gran Turismo 4 history on this channel that doesn't have nitrous. We can't use it. But yeah, this is the build. Use the gear trick. I'll link the thing in the description how to do that. So I just had a novel idea. What if I just did acceleration and speed together? Because there's a timer here for 400 meters. So I'm going to put the time up for 400 meters, 1,000 meters, and then skip straight to the top speed. Since there's no nitro, so I don't have to worry about, like, inconsistencies anyways. 11.442 seconds, that's a little faster. Now, I normally don't time 1,000 meters. So, yeah, 20 seconds. That's mainly because most tracks don't have a section that's 1,000 meters long, not usually. But yeah, that would just show the top speed. Okay, 199.9 miles per hour. I have that chance in the kilometers. Now, in a test, I hit 200 exactly, so I'm literally 0.01 miles per hour slower than in a test. But, you know, it's fine, it's fine. But now we're going to go straight into the Tri-Mountain test before racing. Testing showed me that this car actually had a lot of room to improve, because I think the original car made it to like 1 minute 57 seconds. But in testing, I went way faster. I'll just show you while I explain how this car kind of works. I still suck to this day at explaining how cars work because I'm not really a car expert and I'm not good at studying it, but this car has to slow down first in a straight line and then turn. It can't like brake and turn at the same time or it'll slip out. That's a bit slower than usual. I probably won't do a perfect lap here, but that's why we do 2 laps. But once the car gets going, crap, you still have to be kind of gentle with it because it doesn't turn that sharp. Yeah, and that can happen. Okay, so what do we get here? 136. In my standards, that's kind of crappy for this car a bit. Hold on, let me see if I can actually go way faster than that, because I actually got something in testing that I probably should have saved as proof, but this car can go significantly faster. Whenever I tune them. See, now we're 3 seconds ahead. And that happens. If you slightly screw up, that can happen. In this turn, if you screw this turn up, you literally just can't move. So, let's see, what do we get here? 134. Because I screwed up at the end. But yeah, I can actually get a 132 there if I drive really well, but normally I can get a 133 to 134. But yeah, now we're gonna go and do 2 races today. As this thing is not a production car, I can't bring it to the Supercar Festival, but that's fine. We're gonna go to the Tuning Car Festival. I want to take this thing to Tokyo Route 246. 2 laps. Now I only want to do 2 races today because I'm gonna do something special. So but first let's focus on this. We actually don't have to deal with the Off-Rise 2000, so I think we're good. So but I'll try to make this as fast as possible and hopefully not like die, because that would really suck if I died, you know. Oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to worry. Well, if my brakes worked, at least. You know. I really try to make those stronger, but again, you can't brake and turn this car. If you slightly turn during it, it will, like, nerf the brakes. And, yep. Come on. And the car, really? Really? Dude, I hate these guys. Dude, I've been wheel spinning for 14 years. I really just got killed out here. Like, literally in cold blood. I'm like, okay, bro. Cool. Thanks, AA cars. Yeah, we lost like 10 seconds, bro. All because the computer thought that I should die. I really hate these guys so much. Like, bro, this car's already not even amazing to drive. But they really said, nah, you know what? Let's kill him too. I cannot believe that all that happened in the first lap, and it screwed me over that much. Like, bro. Sure, if I picked a longer version of this race, yeah. Now I'm 9 seconds behind. Like, bro. That's actually insane. Like, I've had horrible things happen to me in this channel, but that was just death. Like, just instant death. To the point where I just want to move on to the next race already, because I think it's going to be a way bigger race and a more interesting question for the video anyways. For this race, we're definitely going to need something way better than sports tires. So we're going to go get racing tires hard. We're going to equip these. Racing tire mediums. We're not going to equip these yet. And we're going to get racing tires soft. Now, only add whichever ones I'm actually going to end up using for this price, because I'm going to increase the price that I said earlier, because of course I showed my prices now and how much it costs to upgrade these cars. Gran Turismo 4 loves to restrict tires, so but now we finally get to use racing tires again, because we're going to go into Gran Turismo World Championship. And the reason why, part of the reason why to show how good this car can do on this track, and see if it can actually compete with legitimate Le Mans prototypes. Basically like super race cars, but not quite Formula 1. Now we got racing hard tires, because I'm pretty sure this thing was not going to last that long. And this is a 10-lap race. So let's see, what do we got here? The Chevrolet Camaro race car, that's not bad. BMW V12 LMR race car, not too bad to deal with. Mazda 787B, that's pretty difficult. The Toyota GT1, that's pretty hard. And this, what's it called? Chaparral 2J Race Car 70. That one's probably going to be painful. I don't know how painful each one is going to be, but yeah, it's a 200-point race. That's kind of what I expected. I probably don't have the downforce, but you know, it's fine. See, I would never beat these things in acceleration, but the whole goal is to try to do as well as we can, because I need to avenge that other race somehow. If it means even doing okay in this race, I think that can say something. Wow, these are racing hards and they feel more grippy. Can I just drive? Is that just too much to ask for? I'm already struggling out here. This car just ain't built for it. Now someone might think I'm insane to bring this car to this. But honestly, because this thing came to compete in the Supercar Festival, I don't know what to throw this into. I could do Tuning Car Festival, but like, I don't know. But also, holy crap, I was expecting slightly better grip. But I keep forgetting, this car, you have to be slow on every turn. While those race cars, they can be really fast on turns. And that's where most of that speed difference is going to come into, besides acceleration. But also, they have more downforce, and downforce is like overpowered. Without nitrous, it's going to be really hard to make up any time. Because those cars can also go really fast. And I already, like, warmed up my tires a significant amount. This is going to be like another video I did earlier this year. Yeah, I'm already 20 seconds behind. Now some might be thinking, Helly, this is completely impossible. And you're probably right, especially with a crazy spin out like that. It's just like, man, I'm not gonna lie, upgrading and tuning cars to be good is pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just can't do it with some cars that well, because, I don't know how to describe this car, but it's not really my kind of car. I definitely do it because the viewer asked for it, and I upgrade it as much as I can. But it's just hard sometimes to get so much out of these cars. And clearly, the race wouldn't even been that short. So, I don't know. I'm just going to do one basic race and call it there, because this was just a kind of a rough one for today. It's not always going to be pretty when it comes to these cars. Normally I like to hype up the cars and say they're good. And this car probably is good. I just don't know how to drive it. So I'm just going to use these racing tires. I really doubt you need racing tires for these. We got like the same... Okay. It's a 1-point race. I like Apricot more than Tokyo anyways. But like, I guess this would just be like a consolation race. Oh, it's Apricot too. Not as fun for me. But I just show some things, I guess, with the car. Because this happens a lot with my cars, where it's really hard to tune them, I find. Because even though I look at the guides and stuff, it still feels like I don't know what I'm doing with it. And it still feels like that happens. Like what just happened right there. And it happens a lot because I'm still not that good at this game, even with all the time I played with it. Because I stick to a lot of the same tracks. Because I mainly grew up with Gran Turismo 3, not Gran Turismo 4. I literally partly braked, and I literally started to slip out. Like, that's how sensitive the car feels. And normally I'm decent at hill forward, but not backwards. But that's where I want to say this. If you have a car you want to see here, just request it in the comments. I can't promise they all end up super good because I'm not that good at tuning. And just like at this, I tried to use this against LMPs that then spun out so hard I didn't even want to try again because it would have been really hard without any nitrous. But, you know, I always want to at least try to get a victory in these videos so that there's some positives. And I will say, I guess a positive of this car is not that, but it's pretty fast. It has pretty good acceleration. It does technically turn okay, but I don't know, I think I screwed it up because anytime you slightly wobble it, it just dies instantly. But you know, that's more so my problem than the car's problem. The game really says it's going to be a 1-point race, and I'm out here struggling because I keep spinning out. Like there, I barely touch the off-road, and the car already wants to go in the dirt and have a good old time there. I don't even know if I can make it back from this. That spin out screwed me up so badly that I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, so I guess this would kind of be like the outro race, because it's more like, it's not so much that the car is bad, more like my, like, driving stuff is bad, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that, you know, what I already said. This is just high-speed rings, so I'm forced to use sports tires because it's a turbo sport event, but yeah, I guess it's just not one of those cars for me. It seemed good on paper. Like, this car is 522 horsepower for 31,000 credits. That's a pretty good deal, I'm not gonna lie. And here it is pretty useful in a lot of events, but I'm not aware of those events. I should have probably more research into it. I can't lie, modifying 4-wheel drive cars is harder for me than FR because I'm used to driving FR cars. There will be more Gran Turismo videos, don't worry. I got more planned. Some unique cars that I want to do, cars other people want to do. I think there's still like 1 or 2 cars left on my list for now. But yeah, I can't lie. Trying to upgrade some cars is pretty painful because sometimes even if the car is decently tuned, if I touch a wall because I screwed up, I explode and I have to start the whole race over against cars that are already going to very likely win anyways on a 10-lap race. You know, it can get a bit rough. But you know, it happens sometimes. You don't always win every race. So sorry, discontinuer. I just couldn't do this car justice. It's probably really good in early game stuff when you can afford it, but I was struggling to tune it correctly. I only got to work on Child Mountain because I practiced that track more. So yeah, enjoy this crazy speed up into a race. That would just be the outro. Make sure you all like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Don't worry, there'll be more. This video is a bit more depressing than the others, but that's only because of how much I was struggling. Next video probably won't be as bad, because it'll be a car I know, and it'll be a car I know I can make really good. Alright, see y'all.